I'm bored. This is like my next hardest, so, and I have like no ideas for content, so I'm kind of like really just bored with GD, but this is like the one level I've been playing. And I have like, I think 5K on it or something like that. And let's see, yeah, it's 5K-ish attempts, and I am going to, today, I'm going to do a little practice run of it and show you guys through it. So let's just get right into it. So first things first, this pre-drop is an absolute menace. So basically the first 11% of this is like crazy. So that click right there, take a look here. That is like a super fast black orb click, and it's really tough. I'm kind of breezing through this, honestly. So, I've kind of got the first 11-12% down. This ball part, let's talk about it a little bit. Right there, that's where you want to jump. So it's a weird jump. So if you jump before it, you're gonna hit that. Jump late, there's a saw here, there's that here, you're gonna hit the block or the saw. Most likely the saw right there, that's what you're gonna hit. So you have to go land in between them. It's not that difficult. It's like an acquired time. See, you'll die there or you die there. And so this part is not bad at all, actually. It's really tight in terms of ball timings. Basically every single timing here, like these two. So what you want to do there, you want to hit you want to drop off here, and you want to hit this one low and then hit this one like very quickly afterwards, like that. Yeah. And the reason why I have white icons is because you'll see later on, I probably won't use white icons when I'm maybe trying to beat it, but white icons really help me like focus on like what I need to jump, especially in the last part of the level, because I drop frames on there. I drop frames on the last section, so it's kind of like difficult to gauge when to jump because they're very tight jumps. So I like having the white icons to help me through it, and a lot of the pre-drop is dark, so it's fine. And then I'm gonna hold through the middle here, and this is a very fun part. You have to release into that, and so a lot of these clicks are late, and it does speed up. So a lot of these are late clicks and stuff like that. And I'm really just taking time to go through it. I don't even really care if I'm dying much. I don't really care about attempt count anymore. So what you want to do here is you want to hit the black orbs fast, and then wait a second on this one. This set right here it's definitely muscle memory. Definitely muscle memory. You have to land through here, and then you have to go 1, 2, 3, and then wait to click the pink orb. Because if you wait too long after hitting the black orb, you're gonna hit that spike. And if you buffer this, you're gonna hit that. So it's a bit tough, actually. I have auto checkpoints on because I'm left-handed, if that's what you guys are wondering. So I play left-handed up arrow, so it's very difficult to do checkpoints. So I just turn on auto checkpoints and change them manually when I need to. And then you want to hold here. And now to the ball part. This part is very choke point. This is such a choke point part because there are like 4 clicks in this section that are just miles harder than anything else in the entirety of the pre-drop. And especially since it's the part right before the drop, it's just super annoying. When I'm doing runs from like 18, I'll get to the end of this ball part, and I'll just die to the same thing over and over again, and I'll show you what it is. So this ball is pretty self-explanatory. It's not that difficult.
Yes.
And that's the first one. That you have to click super late on the corner edge, because if you hit it early, you're gonna go high into the portal and die here. So it's like a really tough timing. See? So a lot of times you just follow the block. You have to hit that late. You have to hit these in succession. This is the hardest click of the pre-drop. Other than maybe some clicks in the first 11%, this is the hardest thing. I don't know why, but it's just the hardest for me. This click right here as well, it just appears out of nowhere, and you have to, gauge where you're going. So it's not terrible. And then you want to hold late. Just keep holding. Do you love me? Now we get to the drop. The drop is definitely a difficulty drop off. It definitely gets so much easier after the pre-drop. But the way the level makes up for that is in nerves, because I have a lot of nerves going into the robot part for sure, which is after this. This is the cube part, and it's to like 60%. And so this part, it is difficult. It's got some very weird black orb timings. You'll see. It's not difficult necessarily. It's just inconsistent, is what I would say. That's the first one. Yeah, that's difficult. That black orb is never consistent. No matter what you do, however you try and time it, there's no way. Either you go too high or too low. It feels random to me. I know it's not random. That's another RNG. It's not RNG really. It's just difficult. And it's only because of the slopes that they do this. Now we get into the robo part. And this is where I like to use the white icons as well, because it lets me learn, gives me so much better muscle memory. Like, I can depend on my muscle memory more than what I'm actually looking at, and that helps me so much when I switch my icon colors back. I know it sounds counterintuitive to change your icon colors to where you can't see, but it just helps me learn and keep the click pattern in mind. This part is actually it's super fun. This whole level is super fun. So this part is one of the let's say three inconsistent little sections of this part for me, at least. I don't know. It's definitely, depending how you your velocity and where your robot is, depends on actually how late or how early you have to hit the orbs, which is really stupid, because 99% of the time you're going to want to buffer click them or hit them all late, and it's not going to work, even though you've done it before and it's worked, or you've done it the other way. Depending on how you go into this affects you going up into this, and this is actually really hard because you have to be so low into this click to get you high enough over, and it doesn't work all the time. Okay, so now that we got past that, this right here, once you get through that, this is so weird, because these are gravity portals. This is a yellow, that's a blue, that's a yellow, and if you go higher, you're gonna crash into these. So the lower you go, it's gonna take you in a curve over there to where you'll be able to hit those orbs in the right place. You're gonna hit the green orb late as to not hit the slope. Yeah, that slope right there. If you hit it too earlier, you're gonna clip that slope and it's gonna knock you straight into that block. So you're gonna want to hit it later, so you just fly and glide over. This orb sequence, not difficult at all. The only thing you want to keep in mind when doing this is to hit the yellow orb a bit late, so you can buffer that dash orb. That's really all about this part. It's really about your alignment going into this jump. You have to be really precise on this, because it's just, if you go too high, you're gonna hit that, and you're gonna either hit that spike, or you're gonna come too high and you're just gonna hit that spike. Go too low, it's gonna knock you into that. It's just really tough timing, and it just takes time to get used to. I like it personally. I think it's fun, and this is very easy. This part is like a repeater of the last part. Works the exact same way, except that you actually have a lot more control of where you're going in this part. You can really just buffer it, honestly. No, it doesn't look like it, but you can buffer it. Just buffer the yellow orb and the black orb. Yeah, those two, you can buffer those, and then those other 3 orbs will be pretty easy. Also, if you can buffer these 3, you can buffer the green orb. You don't have to worry about that one at all. So it makes it like 10 times easier to manage. You want to do small clicks there. It's really tough to do that, because you're like, oh, I want to do long click. So you try and jump early, like your brain wants you to tell you to jump early from all those, but that's not going to do you good. You want to do small clicks, like close to it. So now we get to the last part, and this is the main reason why I use white icons. This last part is tough. I'm sitting at 360 and I go down to 350 like pretty easily. And basically it's just a repetition of all these jumps and then a few other timings. It's pretty simple, but they're hard. They're hard clicks. That click is also pretty hard. It's also very hard. Other than that, it's not too bad. This last input, hold, you can hit the edge of the block right here, which I've done a couple times in runs, and I've also died here. I usually don't die there. You can just, there's a lot of places you can go wrong, especially with the nerves. But this level is so good. This level is so good. It's super fun. I don't know if it's consistent. I haven't gotten to a point where I've found that it's consistent, especially since I'm still rusty at the pre-drop. But it's really good. It's solid. It looks amazing. I keep it on low detail mode because I don't need to deal with the frame drops. So that's Lumina. It is top 60, I believe, of what's today. I don't even know. It's like July 8th or something. July 8th. I'm gonna be trying to beat it. Already posted progress. We'll be trying to, in the future, if I can get some motivation, to do some runs. I've done 28 to 78 and 18 to 50. So, I mean, I guess that's pretty good. That's about it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please watch out for my progress videos. I'm gonna be trying to get those out. Anyways, y'all have a great day.